If 16-year-old you could see you now, what would 16-year-old you think about your life?
You're still single?
It's none of your effing business, kid.
Sniff. Maybe.
Wow, this thought feels very dark and pretty upsetting. Where'd everyone and everything go? Is this really it?
Part of it is just that your priorities change as you get older. I used to dream of being a famous, award-winning actress. Now, I wouldn't want that life. Part of it is just inexperience vs experience. Part of it is realizing that the fabulous and perfect life you dreamed of always has hardships you didn't expect. Part of it is disillusionment. You realize that you did everything right, but even if you're mostly content with your life, you realize you're spending nearly a quarter of every day at work, and a third asleep. That's over half of every week where you're not really doing things for you. Not that sleeping isn't great, I wish I was sleeping right now. But that's maintenance. Add in working out, preparing healthy meals, and household chores. How much time is left for stuff you actually want to do? If we actually agreed as a society that technological advances meant we should be working less, then maybe more people would live happier lives. He would say, what in the absolute F?
I hope because your life is amazing now.
That's a matter of perspective.
Same. At 16, I was on the top of my game. I'm turning 18 in 2 weeks. 16-year-old me would look at me and be shocked that I got hit with depression, suicidal ideation, dropping in grades, effed up his chances of going to amazing colleges to not so good colleges, and turned from a bit of narcissistic guy to a big doormat for everyone. I used to be fearless and always had an insult in the back of my mind, ready to be used. Now I don't have anything. I was unstoppable, now I'm unmovable. I've got a lot of insecurities now. I didn't have any. I didn't have inferiority complex. Now I have it. 16-year-old me would have literally spat on my face and kicked my ass to do a better job in everything. Only thing that hasn't changed is the fact that I never wanted to date when I was 16. It was because I wasn't interested and nobody was interested in me because I was a bit of an asshole-ish. Now, I want to date, but then I figured out I'm asexual. Now nobody wants to date an asexual guy.
16 years old me thought everything sucked. He would think my life sucked.
Ken, little me would think going to my room would suck, but it's awesome now.
I turn into a crazy chicken lady? Huh.
She'd think it was great I have a dog.
He'd be surprised I got a dog.
Well, it sounds like you wised up and did the right thing.
Oh, so I never lose weight then.
This one hurt.
I used to be really skinny in high school and now I'm fat. Man, 16-year-old me would be disappointed.
He would be disappointed.
I think my 16-year-old self would be disappointed too, but only because he was too immature to appreciate all the great things about my life now.
I'm 16 right now and I'm going to the mirror to laugh at myself.
Become the adult you will be proud to grow into.
I wish I could. I made a gingerbread house at Christmas for my GF when I was 16. Gingerbread GF in the front yard with frosting flowers, and me on the roof with a gumdrop hammer. I told her I would build her a real house one day. We've been together 21 years. 2 years ago I built her a new house, as promised. I think 16-year-old me would be proud. Edited to add, she found a photo of the gingerbread house, https://ibb.co/48mdftt.
He would say, oh poo, I wear glasses now. And then look at my car and be like, oh shit, we fancy now.
Hell yeah, Ken. We're not keeping up with the Joneses, we are the Joneses.
When the F did you stop trying? He'd be pretty excited about it. I didn't think I'd live to be 40 when I was 16 and definitely didn't think I would own a house. He'd also think my wife is hot 'cause I do.
Similar position but a decade older. He'd think, whoa, cool life, bruh. And you're old but you don't feel old? Far out.
Other than the job, it's pretty dope. Have the gaming setup of my dream. Married the girl I had a crush on at 16. Have a little one with her as well. 2 dogs. Live in a nice neighborhood with friendly neighbors. Near a large pond so I can go fishing. Brew beer and mead. And I can enjoy WD by going to store like I'm buying a pack of gum. All in all, I'm very fortunate.
I love that you mentioned your gaming setup before your family.
He'd be shocked. 16-year-old me was in a juvenile detention facility awaiting trial for attempted murder. I didn't have a future. I couldn't see beyond tomorrow. 53-year-old me is looking back at a dude who grew up to become a faithful husband of 29 years, and raised a daughter, who went on to earn a PhD in neurology and is on her way to do her postdoc work at Harvard. He'd see a dude that went back to school and earned the degree which launched a 20-plus year career in database and application development for several branches of the federal government, and holding SC, TSC. I'd like to think he'd be excited, but I barely remember that kid, and for all I know he might think he turned out lame. He'd be most psyched about how his guitar playing progressed. Update. The long and short of my incarceration was due to being in the wrong place at the wrong time, with the wrong friends. I witnessed an attempted murder, but circumstances led to the police believing that I was involved beyond being an innocent bystander. There were 2 gunmen and each blamed the other, and each corroborated that I was not involved, but it still took 6 months of pleading with the local detectives and prosecutors to take a polygraph and finally accept my story. They dropped the charges in exchange for my testimony at the trial.
You got quite a story there.
Let's effing go. You're the man.
Truthfully, he'd probably look past the fact that I'm a middle-aged man who is 20 pounds overweight and losing my hair and focus on the fact that I have, by 1993 standards, a gigantic flat-screen television and a home office filled with Lego sets from all the things I loved as a kid. Jurassic Park, Ghostbusters, Star Wars.
The man sleeping next to you seems to indicate that we never grow out of this gay phase, huh?
Fellas, is homosexuality gay?
16-year-old me. What a fat effing piece of poo. Me. Dancing while waving my man tits.
You actually had kids with her just like we planned.
This. My husband and I made it all through high school as early teenagers and did it.
She probably wouldn't believe what she was seeing. At the time she thought she'd die as soon as she'd figure out a good suicide plan. Now that I'm finally coming out of depression, I tend to feel like it robbed me of so much time on my life and haven't achieved what I wish I had achieved at a younger age. But my 16-year-old self would probably be proud and encouraging.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.